today we are going to be doing some animal yoga. As you can see in the back, I've got my yoga mat set up. You might see some cats come in and out of the picture as you do now. They just like to hang out with me, so they'll probably be here the whole time. Don't mind them. Before we start, everybody needs some water, okay? You're gonna need some water for this because you might sweat. You need to keep yourself hydrated anyways throughout the day. It's summertime, so make sure you have water, okay? Second thing is, if you have long hair like I do, I suggest getting it out of your face because we're going to be doing a lot of bending with our face down, and your hair being in your face is not going to help. So make sure you have your hair out of your way, just like I do. Third thing is, make sure you have a nice open area where you can move your body wide but also small. You want lots of room, so make sure you have that. If you have a yoga mat at home, that's awesome. If you don't, please do not worry. If you want to do it on a surface, you could maybe lay down a nice blanket or a towel of some sort that you have, but make sure that it is okay with your parents if you are doing that. But before we get started, I want to stretch our bodies. We need to get a full body stretch. We need to get everything warmed up before we start. I'm gonna move back, follow along with me, and then afterwards we'll get right into the animal yoga, okay? Oh, I took a drink of water. I suggest maybe every time I drink a water, you take a drink of water, just so you know we're both hydrated, both taking breaks when we need it. If you need to take more breaks, please do so. Also, if you can't do any of what we're doing, I will show modified ways of doing it, which is just a simpler way of doing it. If it's easy for you, then that's okay. Not everyone is super flexible. But, oh, I took a second drink, so make sure you get your second drink in. Put my water somewhere far where it's not going to be in my space, on my mat. This is kind of what the space I'm going to be working with is. But I want my water close by because, remember, you need to be hydrated. So, we're going to start from the top and work our way all the way down. So we're just going to start with our neck, okay? So we're just going to start with it on either side. We're just going to roll it from one shoulder nice and slowly to the other. We'll do 5. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're taking nice, deep, slow breaths while you're stretching, just so you can get your body nice and calm into the yoga zen, okay? Back to stretching. With our neck, we're gonna actually drop our neck back, and we're going to bring it shoulder to shoulder, but just in the back, not in the front. We just did that, okay? So we're gonna do 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, got that stretched out. Now we're gonna move down to our shoulders, okay? We're gonna go back first with our shoulders, and then we're gonna go forwards. We'll do 10 backwards, 10 forwards, okay? Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Now we're going to roll our shoulders forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Okay. So now we're going to kind of stretch out our arms area. We're going to kind of just move down these limbs, okay? So we're going to take our right arm and we're going to bring it across our chest and holding with your left hand onto the outer side of your arm. Just holding it, you should feel that stretch coming in from back here. And we'll hold it for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing your arms out a little bit. And now we're gonna bring that left arm over, doing the same thing, holding with our, ooh, my shoulder popped. Holding with our right hand, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, okay. So now, remember, shake your arms out. We're gonna go big with our arms. We'll go 5 backwards, 5 forwards. So big, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Backwards. Now we're gonna go forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Okay, so now that we have worked on our neck, our shoulders, our arms, we're going to do one last thing for our arms. Bring one arm back over your shoulder. Bring your left hand to that elbow across, back behind, and just pull that arm back. Let go. On the other side. Let go. Perfect. Okay, I think that's enough for our arms. We're going to move down our body now. So we are going to actually get our feet shoulder width apart. So just how I am here, make sure your toes are pointing forwards. You're going to take your right arm, you're going to reach it over to the left side of your body. You're going to let your left arm hang. You should feel the stretch going up the side here. Okay. Now the other side. All right. Now we are going to sit down and do our legs, okay? So you're just gonna put your feet up in front of you. Just, if you can't reach for your toes, totally okay, but just try to reach for your toes. Reach up. Make sure you're breathing still. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes as I am. And let your arms drop. Just relax, wiggle out your legs, everything, get all your sillies out. All right, so now that we've kind of stretched our bodies, we are going to get into the actual yoga portion of this. Before we get started, grab your water, take a nice drink, just as long as I do, okay? Awesome. So, to start, we are going to do some easier poses. And then we'll get into some more difficult poses, okay? So, I'm just gonna take off my socks because I like to do it without my socks on. Makes it easier for me to grip onto my mat. We're going to start with the downward dog pose. So you want to stand up for this one. We're going to start standing up, and you want to start at the end of your mat. Okay? Facing forward. Make sure you're breathing. Take a deep breath in. Let it out and go down. Take another deep breath in. Then walk your hands out once you get them to the ground. Okay? Breathe out. And we're going to hold this pose. Make sure your feet are about shoulder width apart. Again, okay? And this one is called the downward dog. Remember to breathe. If you want, you can kind of pedal your feet like you're riding a bicycle. We're gonna hold this for a little tiny bit longer. Hold, hold, hold. Okay, we're gonna stop pedaling if you're pedaling. You're gonna bring your feet down. Remember you're breathing, deep breath in. Walk your hands up. Breathe out. And breathe in. And all the way up. And let it out. Okay? The next one we are going to move on to is called the cat pose. Okay? Some of you may know this, some of you may not, and that's okay. I got some cats here. I wish they would join me. That'd be hilarious. So we are going to go back down. So we're going to take a deep breath in. And we're going to let it out and let our body down. We're going to take a deep breath in and walk our hands up again. And then once you take a deep breath out, you're going to drop your knees too. Okay? So now we're here. Take a nice deep breath. And you're going to curl your shoulders kind of up. Or you can drop them before so you can feel your body curling up. And you're going to arch your back as well. Make sure your knees are shoulder width apart again. Then your feet with your legs are straight back, like a 90-degree angle, like you can see here. And just arch it up. And then we're gonna actually bring it down. So breathe in, and then bring it out. And this is called the cow. And just stretch it. You can do a little rock if you want. And bring it up to your cat pose. Make sure you're breathing in and out nice and slow. Holding. We're going to go back into our cow. And then into our cat again. So once you caught up, or if you're at my level, we are going to sit back down on our feet. Okay, just like me. Now, we are going to take a deep breath in again. but we're going to go down onto our tummy into the cobra pose. So cobra is like a huge snake, like a huge snake. If you don't know what a cobra is, make sure you Google it, or ask your parents' permission to Google what a cobra is. So we are going to be big and powerful like a cobra. Make sure our chest is nice and open when we're in this pose, okay? So take a deep breath in. And we're going to walk our hands, slide them across the ground. Letting your breath out. Your hands are going to the top of your mat, and then you're going to lay the rest of your body down. Don't curl your toes, make sure they're flat, okay? So now that we're in this pose, you're gonna tuck your elbows nice and close into your sides of your body on both sides, close to your rib cage, okay? And you're just gonna hold this powerful cobra pose. Make sure you're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, nice and slow. Yoga is supposed to be really nice and calming. It's like a form of meditation. It's really supposed to help you just be positive, calm, and happy. We're gonna let this cobra pose down. If you haven't already, slowly letting your breath out or in, wherever you're at. Okay. From here, we're gonna go back up again, okay? Make sure your elbows are still tucked in. Pushing up with your arms. You should feel a nice stretch in your back. Just hold this nice pose. Here comes Gracie. She's coming to say hi. Can't cut you, Gracie. Oh. We're gonna let it go. We are going to go into the previous seated position that we were in before. So to get there, we are going to use our arms to push our bodies up. Okay? Take a deep breath in. And push, 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 push with your arms. And then you're gonna bend your back with your legs. So you should be like this, with your body fully arched, your arms totally stretched. This isn't entirely an animal pose. This is actually called the child's pose. But it's just a really great way to just stretch out after that cobra. Deep breath in, and we're gonna go up and load out. So, before we go into our next poses, I want to pause and take another drink. So you please do the same. Okay, so I'm gonna just go back into my position, but I'm actually gonna go more into the middle, not so close to my edge on my mat. Make sure when you do this one's called the camel pose. We are going to try to reach back to our feet. So we're gonna come back up, take a deep breath in, let it out, and here you're just going to adjust your body, make sure your legs are shoulder width apart, make sure you have a good stance. We're gonna come up and take a deep breath in again, and let it out. Arms, make sure they're all the way up, and if you can, we're gonna try from here, we're gonna try to reach back to our feet way back here. I don't even know if I can do this. So let's see. Here we go. She has her, I'm looking at a picture here. She has her body, like where her abs are nice and arched. Oh look, I can do it! Woohoo! So this one, and you want to have your head up nice and strong. If you can reach back to your ankles. If you can't, just go to like here, okay? As far as you can go, because honestly, if I didn't know that I could do that, I probably would have just done that. But you're just gonna try to reach back, then stretch your body, and then you're gonna let that other hand join on the other side, and you're gonna feel a lovely stretch, okay? Make sure you're breathing. Okay, we're gonna let go of this one because that one is more difficult than I thought. Make sure you're breathing. So now that we're up on our legs, let's just bring them in. Okay, now from here, we're going to let our left leg go back. I'm gonna move a little bit forward on my mat, so if you need to, do the same if you're on one. So you're going to let your one leg go back, and you're going to bring your right leg, so my foot, I'm gonna tuck it under, bring it up, and I have what is called the pigeon pose. So I have my foot all the way back, my leg is curled up in front, and I'm just using my arm, if you need to help you kind of stay up if you're losing your balance. You can kind of put your arms here. You should feel a nice stretch in your leg. Okay, we're gonna hold this stretch. Make sure you're breathing. We'll hold this pose and take a few nice deep breaths. Okay, so now that we have done that, we're going to slide, if you can, your right leg back through where you brought it from. Okay, then you're going to slide your left leg back up, and you're in this tabletop position here. Make sure your back is straight when you're in this position. You don't want this, you want this nice table, sturdy position, okay? We're going to do the same thing on the other side now. So we're going to send our right leg back. Then we're going to slide our left leg through. Okay? And if you need to, use your arms to help you balance. If you can't, sit up in this position, because it's a little difficult to keep balance when your body is all in these different directions that they're not used to being. Totally get it. I might switch to this position. I'm getting wobbly. A few nice deep breaths on this side too, okay? Make sure your leg, your toes not curled. You should feel that nice stretch on the other side. Maybe a little bit in here too. Okay, so now we're going to, if your hands aren't already, bring your hands out. We're going to slide that left leg through the hole that you brought it through, if you can. If not, just kind of do it how you need to, it's totally fine. Then you are going to bring your left or right leg up, and then you're back into this tabletop position, okay? We're going to breathe. Curl your toes under. We're gonna go back. Let your arms go with you, and we're gonna stand up, nice and tall. Okay, now we're gonna get into the middle of our mat. We're gonna go into what is called the scarlet macaw. It is such a beautiful bird. If you don't know what a scarlet macaw is, I suggest you can Google it if you can. It would be great. They're such a majestic bird. And we are going to turn ourselves into that majestic bird. So I'm going to turn to the side here on my mats. And this one's going to be more about balance. So you want to I'm going to start with my left leg down. I'm going to bring my right leg back, okay? So, I'm gonna take a deep breath in. I'm gonna let my body lean forward. As I'm leaning forward, I'm bringing my other leg back. Make sure your knee has a little bit of a bend in it, not so much of a bend, just a little bend because you don't want to hurt your knee. Bring it back as much as you can. If it's here, if it's here, if it's here, if it's way up here, it's too much. Just bring it to about here, okay? And, ooh, this one's so much about balance. You're gonna bring your arms back with that leg, okay? If you can. Hold it. I'm kind of holding onto the wall kind of helping me. I'm kind of cheating. But you're just going to stand like a macaw. Make sure you're breathing. Deep breaths. So as you can see, this one's a much more difficult one. My leg's giving out of me back here. We're going to bring this leg back. We're just going to even out our body here. Bringing this right leg to join the left again. Make sure you're breathing, nice deep breaths. So you're gonna have your right leg down this time. You're gonna bring your left leg back. As you're doing that, you're bringing your body forward and you're letting your arms go back with your body. Make sure your leg isn't sticking out from your body too far. Make sure it's like straight back, just like your body is. Again, holding onto the wall. So this one's much more difficult for me. Reminding myself to do the bend in my knee. Sometimes I forget. Deep breaths. I'm getting shaky. Push through, push through. You can do it. We're gonna bring our leg down and our body up, taking nice breaths, joining our left with our right. So that one was a lot more difficult in terms of balance for me. I don't know about you. Maybe let me know in the comments as well how you feel about the Scarlet Macaw yoga move, because for me, personally, that balance, I definitely needed a wall for that. I'm a little out of breath for that. So we're gonna take a water break, just because I know I need it. Whew! So grab your water, take a drink. So now that you've gotten some water, we're gonna go into our next pose. We have about 3 more poses, okay? 3 more poses. I hope if you're not standing up already, stand up. We are going to shoulder width apart again, but this time we're gonna bring our toes kind of pointing. I'm gonna point them to the corners of my yoga mat here. Okay, whoop, losing my balance. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a deep breath in, and we're gonna go all the way down and bring our elbows to our knees. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You don't want your you don't want your bum kind of down pointing to where your feet are. You want to keep it up. Hold this for as long as you can, of course. Make sure you're breathing. This is Oscar. He's finally joined us. Last one, we're gonna go back up. Bring our arms to our sides. For our next one, we are going to turn our bodies. Okay, I'm gonna turn my body so it's this way on my mat. And what we're gonna do is we are going to go down onto our stomach. So, take a deep breath in. And out onto your knees. Uncurl your toes into your tabletop position here. Now what we're gonna do, take a deep breath in again, and we're just gonna slide our legs out and bring our tummy to the ground. So from here, we are going to send our arms back down towards our toes. Make sure you're looking down for this one, kind of right down at the floor. And you're just gonna bring everything up just so your tummy is on the ground, okay? Only your tummy. This one's called the piranha, okay? So 3, 2, 1, deep breath in, make sure you're breathing. Swimming like a piranha. We're gonna hold this one. Make sure everything's pointed. Your fingers, if you need to wiggle your fingers and toes, that's totally okay. And back down. We're gonna do that one more time. So bring everything up. Deep breath in. And out. We're gonna bring our arms back up to where they were before. Lifting your body up. We're gonna sit onto our legs, and for our last one, we're gonna turn back. You can sit however, but I'm gonna face this way. This one's called the butterfly. So, what you're going to do, you're gonna connect all your toes and your feet here. You're gonna put your arms on your ankle, or your hands on your ankles, sorry, and you're going to, you can flap them like a butterfly, or you can like use your arms to push them down further if need be. I just like to flap them. Make sure your back is nice and straight and tall. Breathe in. Breathe out. And we're all done. Before I say goodbye, I would love us to all take a drink. So, grab your water. Take a drink, as long as you need to. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye!